Hello Yogi, my name is April. I'll be guiding you through your Sumits 80-minute practice today. I'm so glad you decided to practice. Let's get started. We're going to begin in our child's pose, bringing our knees to the edge of our mat, hips back, toes close together, hips back, head is down. Decide if you want to bring your arms overhead with your palms facing down or bring your arms back by your side with your palms facing up. You decide. As we take a moment here to scan our bodies, check in, see how we're feeling, noticing any sensitive areas that we might have, giving ourselves permission to work as hard or as easy as we need to today. We will begin our practice with collective breath, breathing together. When we breathe in, our lips are sealed and it's a slow, deep, even breath in through the nose, filling up in 3 inhales, pausing at the top of our breath before we open our mouth and push that air out from the back of the throat, making an audible H-A-ha sound, like trying to fog up mirrors at the front. When we're ready, Yogi, exhale your air out. Seal your lips. Breathe in through your nose into your belly for 1, into your chest for 2, into the back of your throat for 3. Pause and hold. Open your mouth. Exhale slowly for 3, 2, 1. When your lips are sealed, or when your lungs are empty, seal your lips. Breathe in again. Nice, slow, full, deep breath. Envisioning your lungs like balloon, filling up that balloon front to back, top to bottom, full capacity. When you can't take in any more air, open your mouth. Exhale out, letting your hips sink back, shoulders relax, head weighing heavy on the mat as we rest. When your lungs are empty, once again seal your lips. One more collective breath together. Breathing in, slow, full, deep, even breath. When you feel like you can't take in any more air, I encourage you to try to take an extra sip of air. Pause and hold. Now open your mouth. Exhale slowly. Let go of any expectations, apprehensions, any judgments that you might have about yourself or your practice. As you come back to a normal, easy breath, reminder to use your breath throughout your practice, taking breaks when you need to, joining back in when you're ready. This child's pose is a recovery pose and a great place to come whenever you need a break. When ready, slowly come up onto all fours. Bring your wrist underneath of your shoulders, your knees underneath of your hips. Start to move through your cat-cow, inhaling as you look up towards the sky, gently arching the back, tops of the feet on the mat. Exhale as we curl under, rounding through the spine, chin to chest, curling the toes and the spine, then going back. So moving back and forth on your own. Feel free to wag your tail side to side if you'd like by shifting those hips, just whatever feels good for you. Coming back into a neutral spine, flat back. Inhale your right leg to the back wall. Begin to circle through the ankle. Belly lightly pulled in. Stretch your left arm out in front. Palm down, fingers spread wide. Bring your left arm out in line with your left shoulder. Bend your right knee, reach back, grab the inside of your foot. Kick your foot into your hand, gaze is up. Release hand and knee back down on the mat. Stretch your left leg to the back wall. Circle through the ankle. Stretch your right arm out in front, palms down, fingers spread wide, belly in. Bring your right arm out in line with your right shoulder. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab the inside of your foot, kick your foot. Gaze goes up, open. And release hand and knee back down to the mat. First downward facing dog. Curl the toes under, lift your knees, begin to pedal your feet. One heel lifts as the opposite heel goes down. Middle finger points to the top of your yoga mat with the rest of your fingers spread wide. Giving your head a shake yes and no to ensure that it is relaxed. Finding stillness with our feet. Inhale up onto the balls of your feet. Tailbone high, exhale, chest back, heels drop low. Do that again. Inhale up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, chest back, heels drop low. Bending both knees, slowly walk your feet forward. Bring your feet 2 fist distance apart, ready for ragdoll. Grab your opposite elbows, allowing your head to hang in between your arms, looking in between your legs or closing your eyes. Begin to shift your weight from one foot to the other, swaying back and forth gently. Coming back to center, allow your hands to come down to the mat. Take your feet out just a little bit wider. Bending your left knee deeply. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale as you wrap your hand behind you to your lower back, your hip or your thigh. Take a deep breath. Releasing that hand down to the mat. Bending the right knee deeply. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale as you wrap it behind you again to your hip, your back, or your thigh. Inhale. Releasing your hand down to the mat. Heel toe your feet together so that your toes are touching. Inhale, lifting up halfway, flat back, belly in. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades, your belly, and the buttocks. Exhale as you fold forward, nose towards your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, squeezing your buttocks. Stretching up, big morning stretch. Exhale as you fold forward, reaching back down towards your toes. Inhale, lifting up halfway, flat back, belly in. Strong core. Exhale as you fold, nose to knees. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up. Slight back bend if it feels good. Squeezing your buttock, lifting your heart. Exhale, reaching back down towards your toes. Inhale, lifting up halfway, flat back, belly in. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into plank. Holding a plank, option to put your knees down for more support or knees up for a stronger challenge. As we hold, lifting our hips up in line with the shoulders, ensuring that we have good back support, avoiding any arches in the low back. Building heat from the inside out. Hold and breathe. Learning our flow, moving one breath, one movement. Inhale, shift forward on your big toe. Exhale as you lower down, elbows in without collapsing. Inhale, flip the feet, upward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Heart is open. Exhale, curl your toes under, lift your hips, come back to downward dog. Doing that 2 more times together. Inhale as we shift forward to plank. Exhale, lowering down, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Squeezing those thighs, knees pop up. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale. Inhale. One breath, one movement. Come back to your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Circle through the ankle if you'd like. Extending our arms, letting our gaze be under the arms rather than over the top. Put your right foot back down on the mat. Inhale, left leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Circle through the ankle if you'd like. Pointing that left knee up towards the sky. Bring your left foot back down to the mat. Inhale, right leg up. Point your toes, squeeze your thigh. Inhale, bring that knee into your chest. Pause for a moment, then set your foot down by your thumb. If your foot gets stuck back here, use your hand, move it forward so that the foot is flat. Open up, stretch. Looking back at your left foot, heel goes down 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior A. Hips and shoulders are forward. Gently pressing that knee forward over the ankle, shoulders over the hips. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back. Take it through your optional flow. You have the option to omit the flow and do child's pose instead if you choose, or any variation. Exhale, come back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Stretching that left leg, point your toe, arms extend. Inhale, knee to chest, hold it for a second. Set that left foot down. Again, move it forward so your foot is flat, opening up in the hips and the groin. Looking back at your right foot, heel goes down 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior A. Hips and shoulders are forward. Nice deep breath. When we look down, we should be able to see our big toe on the inside of our knee, checking our alignment. Hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. Optional flow, lowering down. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Extending that leg, square your hips to the floor, knee to chest. Foot to mat. Inhale, warrior A. Hips and shoulders forward. Exhale, warrior B. Reach your arms front to back.
Roll the shoulders away from the ears, shoulders stacked over the hips. Again, check knee. Can we see our big toe on the inside of our knee? If not, make that adjustment. Circle your hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. Optional flow, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Square your hips to the floor, bring your knee to your chest. Foot to the mat. Inhale, warrior A. Hips and shoulders forward. Exhale, warrior B. Hips open to the right. Stretching your arms, looking over your left middle finger. Check knee alignment. Can you see your left big toe on the inside of your left knee? Circling your hands down to the mat. Step back. Lower down. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Point that toe. Bring your knee into your chest. Foot to the mat. Inhale, warrior A. Hips and shoulders forward. Exhale, warrior B, stretching front to back. Right palm up. Reach forward. Reverse your warrior. Left hand down the back leg or wrapping. Right arm reaches behind your bicep by your ear, gazing to the sky. Right knee pushes forward. Coming back to warrior B. Circle your hands down to the mat. Step into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Point your toes, stretch that leg. Bring your knee into your chest. Foot to the mat. Inhale, warrior A. Exhale, warrior B, opening. Left palm up. Reach forward, reverse your warrior. Right hand down the back leg or wrapping. Left arm reaches behind us, bicep by our ear, gaze to the sky, left knee forward. Come back to warrior B. Circle your hands down. Step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Take a moment in your down dog. Breathe. Walking your hands and feet towards each other. Coming up into standing. Meeting in our mountain pose. 2 sets of standing half moon in our practice. It's about 1 minute on each side, half as long for the first set. Second set is half as long. So with your feet together, toes touching, palms facing forward. Interlace all 10 fingers. Release your index finger, cross your thumbs. Extend your arms, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your buttocks. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale as you lean your upper body to the right. Send your hips over to the left. Starting at our feet, rooting in at our feet. From the balls of our feet to the heels of our feet, we should be able to wiggle our toes. Locking out your kneecaps, lifting up the kneecaps by engaging your thighs. Buttocks is firm. Pubic bone is forward, heart is lifted. Gluing hands and palms together all the way up to our wrists so there's no air, no light, no gap between our arms and our head. As we're working, envision that we're a piece of artwork in between 2 panes of glass. We can move side to side rather than front to back. So bringing that right shoulder forward, left hip forward, stretch up, seal it up with a crunching sensation. Lift up in your pelvic floor the muscles that control your bladder, same for men and women. Pull your belly in, the muscles we use when we're crunching or doing abdominal work. This pose is good for bad backs and frozen shoulders. So extend, working on our range of motion. Find your drishti, find your focal point, something that is still that you can maintain, focus on. Stretch a little taller, lean to the side just a little bit further for 3, 2, 1, back to center. Nice job, bend your knees. Locking back out, squeeze your thighs, squeeze your bottom. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale as we lean to the left, send your hips over to the right. Root in the feet, start from the bottom, work your way up. Root in the feet, lock out your knees, lift up your kneecaps, thighs engaged, buttocks is firm. Pelvic floor is up, belly is in. Pubic bone goes forward, heart lifts up. Bring your left shoulder forward and your right hip forward. Belly is in. Gluing hands and palms together all the way up to your wrist so there's no air, no light, no gap between your arms and your head. Find that focal point, keeping your neck long and your throat visible. Find an edge without going over the edge. Good, re-engage your thighs, re-engage your bottom. Squeezing the buttocks helps to protect our lower back, allows us to go a little bit deeper. Find that edge, stretch a little taller. Lean to the side just a little bit further. Pelvic floor up, hold and breathe for 3, 2, 1, back to center, nice job. Bend your knees, release your head, drop your head back. First back bend, know your limitation, your body's gonna go where your eyes go. So squeeze your thighs and buttocks, drop that head back, lift your heart up, begin drawing a line on the ceiling as we look back, lean back and go back. Heart is lifting for 3, 2, 1, and release. Bend your knees, come back down. Wiggle, counter the back bend with the forward fold. Keeping our heels lifted, we're gonna cup our hands. Slide your fingers underneath the heels of your feet. Thumbs are on the outside. Pinky fingers might touch. Wrap your forearms around your calf muscles. Then start to push your heels down and lift your bottom up. Let your head drop, your nose comes towards your knees. Folding in half, breathing for 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands to the mat, meet in plank pose. Take it through your optional flow. Exhale, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward dog. Good. Step hopper, float your feet forward. Bringing those feet side by side. Come up nice and slow. Second set of standing half moon. Half a set long as the first set. Inhale, arms up overhead. Interlace all 10 fingers. Release your index finger. Cross your thumbs. Straighten your arms. Squeeze your thighs. Squeeze your buttocks. Inhale, grow tall. Pelvic floor up, belly in. Exhale as you lean to the right. Send your hips over to the left. Rooting in your feet. Balls of your feet to the heels of your feet. That's where your weight is distributed. Locking out your knees, thighs engaged, buttocks is firm. Bring your right shoulder forward and your left hip forward. Seal it up with a crunching sensation. Extend your arms. Look at your drishti, find their focal point. Your neck is long, your throat is visible. Extending your arms, re-engage your thighs, re-engage your buttocks. Pull your pelvic floor up and your belly in. Stretch a little taller, then lean to the side just a little bit further for 3, 2, 1. Back to center, good. Bend your knees. Lock them back out. Squeeze your thighs and your buttocks. Lift up in your heart, out through the crown of your head. Exhale as we lean to the left. Send your hips over to the right. Pelvic floor is up, belly is in. Hold and breathe. While you root in your feet, lock out your knees, thighs engaged, buttocks is firm. Pelvic floor up, belly in. This time bring your left shoulder forward and your right hip forward. Left shoulder forward, right hip forward. Extend your arms. This pose is good for bad backs, frozen shoulders. We're working on our range of motion. Neck is long, throat is visible. Continue to extend in those arms the best you're able. Bring them a little bit closer towards the back wall. Re-engage and squeeze for 3. Go a little bit deeper for 2. And 1. Back to center. Nice job. Bend your knees. Drop your head back. Second back bend. Again, know your limitation. Your body's going to go where your eyes go. As you squeeze your thighs and your buttocks, lift your heart up. Begin drawing that line on the ceiling. Our back bends are from our middle to upper back. Avoid dumping in the lower back. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, 1. And release. Nice job. Bend the knees. Crouch down. Wiggle. Release that tension that we created. Take your feet 2 fist distance apart. Ready for gorilla pose. Slide your hands, palms up, underneath the heels of your feet. Toes all the way up to your wrist crease. Bend your knees as much as you need to be able to do this. Then start to straighten your legs, heels down, bottom up. Now bend your elbows. Use your bicep muscles to pull and fold your body in half. Bringing your head in between your arms, holding and breathing. 3, 2, 1. And release. Hands to the mat, come into plank. Take it through that optional flow, lowering down, inhaling as we come up. Exhale back to downward dog. Good. Ready for our awkward series. Step hopper, float your feet forward. Bringing your feet 2 fist distance apart, outside edges of your mat, of your feet, parallel with the outside edges of your mat. As you come up to standing pose, immediately bring your arms up to shoulder height. Palms down, fingers reach in front. From here, draw your shoulders back. Begin to sit back and down in a small child's chair. As you push your hips back, you should be able to wiggle your toes. Shoulders back, chest up, belly is in. We're holding and lowering. We're sucking those arm muscles up into our arm bones. Hold and breathe. Now slowly come up to standing. Rolling up onto the balls of your feet. Get those heels up as high as they'll go. Try to keep your heels up as high as you can. You can stay right here if you like. If you want to go further, tuck your hips under. Shoulders staying over the hips. We start to lower our hips down. As our hips get lower, our heels get higher. Find a place where your heels are as high as they'll go. The hips are above the knees. Holding and breathing. Ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders all aligned. Slowly come up to standing. Heels drop down. Arms stay up. Bringing your toes together. Knees together. Press your knees against each other. Then lift your heels up an inch or 2 above your knees. If this bothers your knees or hips, repeat the other pose again instead. From here, heels slightly lifted, just an inch or 2 off the floor. Start to lower down. Taking as much time as you can as you lower. The slower we go, the more we benefit. Belly lightly pulled in, supporting the spine. If and when your hips get to your heels, it gets a little bit easier. Lift your hips up above your knees, an inch or two. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, 1, and release. Come all the way up. Arms and heels down. 2 sets of eagle pose. First set here. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, that right arm under the left arm. Right arm's on the bottom. Bring your palms together, thumbs towards your face, or you can grab your shoulders, whatever feels better. Bending your knees, belly is in. Bring that right foot out to the side, okay? And then lifting that leg up and over. Higher and wider you get it up, the easier it is to wrap. Bring your knees to the right, bring your upper body to the left. Hold and breathe. We're gonna lean back, shoulders over hips. This helps us to balance. Lowering down makes it a little bit easier to wrap the foot if you're going there. Lengthen out through the crown of your head. One more breath. And release. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, left arm under the right. Left arm's on the bottom. Palms together or grab your shoulders. Either way, belly is in. All right, bringing that left foot out to the side. Lift it up and over. Taking that leg, you can put a toe down to help you balance. If your foot wraps, great. All right, knees to the left, upper body to the right. We want to align our joints, wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles down the center of our body with our chakras. When we squeeze our bodies like ropes, we're massaging our internal organs, improving the function of liver, kidney, digestive, and reproductive organs. Squeeze a little tighter. You get a little lower. Excellent, release. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale as we reach down towards your toes. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, hands down, step, hopper, float back. Take it through an optional flow. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, up. Exhale, back to down dog. Second part of our awkward series, or you can take a break here if you'd like. Bring your feet forward. Toes touching, knees touching. Bring your fingertips to the mat, sitting as low as we can here. Again, pressing the knees together. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Turn your palms to face the back. Heart is lifted, eyes on your drishti. Exhale, fly your arms back behind you, palms down, thumbs to the outside, looking at the top of your yoga mat. Inhale, arms sweep back up. Lift your heart, stretching those arms. Can we get a little lower? Exhale, fly your arms back behind you, palms down. Option to bind if you want to by interlacing your fingers, just an option. And one more time, sweep those arms back up. Option for thunderbolt, bring your palms together. Stand all the way up. Exhale, right arm under the left. Right arm's on the bottom. Second set of our eagle pose. Bend your knees, belly in. Right foot comes out to the side, get your balance. Bring that right leg up and over. Option to wrap. Bring your knees to the right and your upper body to the left. Once you've kind of got your balance, squeeze arms and legs. Lean back, shoulders over hips. Lowering down, getting a little bit further. Working to get those shoulders over the hips and lengthening through the crown of our head. And release. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, left arm under the right. Left arm's on the bottom. Bending the knees, belly in. And then bring that left leg up and over. Wrapping, knees to the left, upper body to the right. Align your joints, find your drishti. So finding that focal point, squeezing the abdominals and the pelvic floor, squeezing arms, legs will help us to balance. One more breath. Good, release. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale as we reach down to our toes. Inhale, lifting up halfway, flat back, belly in. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step back. Take it through an optional flow. Lowering down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And take a break here, yogi. Grab a drink. Feel free to towel off. Take a couple of nice deep inhales and exhales. One more breath. All right. Reading back in our standing in our mountain pose. We're going to do balancing forehead to knee. All right. Rooting in on your left foot. Draw that right knee up. Pull that knee up towards your toes so that you can see the sole of your foot in the mirror if you have a mirror. All right, with your palms forward, You may stay here if you'd like. If you want to go further, you're going to scoop out your belly, round down, grab underneath of your foot about 3 inches below your toes. You may stay here. You can also grab around your shin as an option. If you've got your foot and you want to keep going, exhale as you kick that right foot forward, extending the leg, working to get your both legs straight before we add on. From here, when your ankle, knee, and hip are in a straight line, we have the option to bend our elbows down towards the floor. Drop your chin to chest, forehead to knee, pelvic floor is up, belly is in. Hold and breathe. And release. Allowing that foot to come down onto the mat. On the other side. Rooting in on your right foot, left foot comes up. You pull that knee up, pull the toes up. Heart is open. You are welcome to stay right here. If you want to add on, you're going to scoop out your belly. Round down. Grab underneath of that foot or around your shin. You're scooping out. Option to stay here. Option to extend your left leg. Pushing that left foot forward. Option to bend elbows, drop chin to chest, forehead to knee. If you do drop your head, take your eyes down to your floor, trustee. Hold and breathe. And release. Feet down on the mat, hands at your lower back, doing a little back bend. Squeeze your buttocks, lift your heart up to the sky. Look back, lean back, and go back. Be back in mountain pose. All right. From here, meeting now, balancing forehead, standing up. Not gonna get those straight. All right. From here, bring that left hand to your hip. Bring your right knee up, balancing big toe here. As you reach down, grab the inside of your shin or your big toe. As you stand up, roll your shoulders back away from your ears. Heart is open, chest is lifted. When you're ready and steady, if you've got your toe, exhale, kick your foot forward. When your body meets resistance, swing it out to the side. Opposite arm goes out. Want to get your shoulder over hip over your ankle. That standing leg is straight, but your extended leg or your opposite foot, okay, that right leg can be bent or straight. Hold and breathe, eyes on your trustee. Now bring that leg back in front. Foot is flexed, footprint in front of you, arms up to the sky. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job, knee back in mountain. Opposite side. All right, so bringing that your right hand to the right hip, left knee comes up. You're gonna either grab from the inside rather than on the outside. Grab either your shin or your big toe. Stand up tall, roll those shoulders back. When you're balanced, kick that foot forward, bring it out to the side. Arm is extending to the opposite side to counterbalance. Hold and breathe, shoulder over hip over ankle. Standing leg is straight, but that left leg can be bent or straight depending on what your body agrees to today. Belly in. Bring that leg back in front, flex your foot, arms up, hold and breathe. And release. Nice job, yogi. 2 sets of standing bow this morning or today. Your practice. You're going to bend that right elbow, palm is up. Bend your right knee without twisting the wrist. Drop that hand down to the inside of your foot. Your right foot is rooted down, your left foot is rooted down. And bring your knees side by side. Left arm goes up, palms forward, fingers to the front. Fingers together, thumb to the index. When you're ready, inhale. You're going to kick and hinge your foot into your hand. Kick your foot into your hands, hinging at your hips. Looking over, use your left arm. Your left arm is your arrow. Your right arm is your bow. Arm and leg. Extending, kicking, and reaching with the same effort, same energy. And release. Good, meet back in mountain. Opposite side. Bending that left elbow, palm is up. Bending that left knee without twisting this wrist. Without twisting the wrist. That hand goes down, it slides to the inside of the foot. Inside of the foot if we can. Then knees side by side, right foot roots down, right arm goes up. Palms face forward, inhale. Exhale, kick that foot into your hand. Start hinging at your hips. Arms fully extended, stretching, reaching in front of you. Kicking that left foot up towards the sky. Holding, breathing, extending. And release. Coming out of it. Nice job. One more time on each side. Bending that right elbow, palm up. Bend the right knee. Drop the hand down. Slide that hand, palm up. Okay? And foot roots in. Arm goes up, find your drishti. Inhale, exhale, kicking and hinging. Kick that foot up towards the sky, stretch your arms. Find an edge without going over the edge, maybe going just a tad bit further than we did on that first set. And slowly release. Good, opposite side. Bending that left elbow, palm is up. Bend the left knee. Drop that hand down without twisting the wrist. Bring it to the inside of our foot. Knee side by side, foot down. Arm stretches up, palms forward, fingers together, thumb to the index. Inhale. Exhale, kick. Extending, reaching. Bring that foot up towards the sky. Extend those fingertips in front of you, holding and breathing. One more breath. And release. Nice job. Stepping to the back of our mat. Balancing stick. All right, we do this pose by itself. Inhale, arms up overhead. Interlace all 10 fingers, release your index finger across your thumbs. Inhale, your right foot up. We're gonna step, point, and stretch. Step with your right, point with your left. Stretch those arms from the side view. We look like a capital letter T. Extending, looking down at the floor, drishti, hold and breathe. Now step your left foot back and your right foot meets it. Left side, inhale, left foot up. Step, point, and stretch. Step with your left. Point with your right, belly is in. Stretching the arms. Again, trying to look like a capital letter T. Strong and extended, lengthening our body. Step your right foot back, left foot meets it. Bring your hands at your heart. Close your eyes, take a nice deep cleansing breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms up overhead. Palms together, thumbs crossed. Balancing stick, airplane to warrior seat. 3 poses back to back. Inhale, right foot up. Step, point, and stretch. Capital letter T, same pose we were just at. Now fly your arms into airplane. Palms down, thumbs to the outside. Squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your belly. Flex your left foot, and now turn your left toes and hips down to the floor so your hips and shoulders are parallel. Our airplane flies straight, eyes down. Bring your hands to your heart. You may stay here if you want to go into warrior C. Stretch your arms straight ahead, thumbs up, fingers spread wide, left foot pushes back. Ooh, if you lose your balance, that's okay. Step your left foot back, right foot meets it, palms together. Good, inhale that left foot up. Step, point, stretch, step with your left, point with your right. Capital letter T, hold and breathe. Now fly your arms to airplane, palms down. Squeeze your shoulder blades, squeeze your belly. Flex your right foot, turn your right hip and toes down to the floor, strong core. Airplane flies straight. Hands to your heart. And option to extend those arms. Push your back heel behind you, fingers tips stretching in front of you for 3, 2, 1. Step your right foot back. Feet together, bring your hands at your heart. First Savasana Yogi. Go ahead and come down on your mat. We're gonna lay down. Take a moment, grab a drink, towel off as needed. Taking a minute here on our mats to scan our bodies, check in, see how we're feeling. Noticing any of those sensitive areas. Checking in. As our arms are out to the side, feel free to bend a knee if you need more back support. Take some nice deep breaths here. Giving yourself the option here to just focus on your breath or to clear your mind. We're going to move into the 4 flows of our practice. Our first and third flows are designed to elevate our heart rate, sequencing the poses back to back, starting with those warrior poses that we used in our warm-up. Second and fourth flows are a little bit slower, fewer asanas, a little more stretchy. Remember that you can do as much or as little as you'd like. Letting go of any expectations. Alright, we're going to start to wiggle our fingers and toes. Circle through our wrists and our ankles. Then coming, watch out, if you have a water bottle nearby, extend your arms and legs, big stretch. Exhale as we melt. Bring your legs together, squeeze your abs, your buttocks and thighs. Doing our double breath, double yogi sit up on your exhale. Reach up to the sky, then reach up towards your toes. All right, let's begin downward dog. We're ready for these 4 flows. All right, yogi. From downward dog, inhale your right leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Bring that right knee into your chest. Set your foot down and inhale to warrior A. Hips and shoulders forward. Exhale, warrior B, stretching and reaching front to back. Right palm up, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Left hand down your backside, gazing up, bicep by your ear. Come back to warrior B, turn your palms to the left. Look left, side angle. Bring that elbow to the inside of your leg, shoulders stacked. Now extend, your right hand goes closer to the floor, left arm stretches towards the mirror in front of you, the top of your mat. Exhale, bring your left hand down, pick up your back heel, right arm goes up. Exhale, wrapping your right hand behind you, chin towards your shoulder. Release your right hand, bring it to the inside of your foot. You may stay here, dropping the head down. If you want to go deeper in your pose, come down to your elbows and forearms, maybe wrapping that right hand behind the right leg, no requirement here. Option to put your left knee down for more support, or we can keep that back knee up for a deeper stretch, your choice. Bring your right hand back in front of your right foot. Left foot down, left heel down, left arm is up. Exhale as you wrap your left hand behind you. Option to bind or bring that arm up so the shoulders stack, pelvic floor up, belly in. Release your hands to your heart, lunge forward. Back heel lifted to protect the knee. Option to put the knee down for more support. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist from your belly, bringing that elbow to the outside of your leg. Gently pressing the elbow against the leg, bringing your hands in front of your heart. Option to extend your arms. Bringing your hands back to your heart. Hands down to the mat. Step back. Take it through your optional flow. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Extending that leg, square your hips, bring your knee to chest. Foot to mat, inhale, warrior A. Exhale into warrior B. Left palm up, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Right hand down the back leg, bicep by your ear, gaze to the sky. Coming back to warrior B. Palms to the right, look over your right thumb. Side angle pose. Shoulders stack, elbows stack. Extending, left hand goes lower, right arm stretches overhead, pelvic floor up, belly in. Revolve, right hand comes down, pick up your back heel, left arm goes up. Exhale as you wrap your arm behind you, chin to your shoulder, gazing to the sky. Release your left hand, bring it to the inside of your foot. Again, drop your head down, decide if you want to stay on your hands or if you want to go deeper onto your elbows and forearms. Again, letting the head drop, option to drop the back knee down or keep it lifted. Coming out of this pose, left hand to the inside of your left foot, right heel down, right arm is up. Wrapping your right hand behind you, option to bind if you want, or just let that left hand stay down, shoulders stack, belly in. Releasing hands to our heart, lunging forward, keeping those hands at the heart, growing out through the crown of our head. Exhale, twist from the belly, bringing that elbow to the outside of the leg, hands in front of your heart, option to extend your arms if you want to. Bringing your hands back to your heart, hands down to the mat, step back, take it through that optional flow, plank, exhale, lower down, inhale, upward dog, exhale to downward dog. Second flow, inhale, right leg up, strong straight leg, bring your knee into your chest, set your foot down, and come into warrior B. As you hold here, shoulders are over the hips, arms are stretching front to back. When we look down, we can see our big toe on the inside of our knee. We're pausing, we're holding. Can we get a little bit deeper? Good, now inhale, push off that right foot. Turn your toes to the left, hinging at your hips, straddle forward fold. So as we go down, drop the head, grab around the outside of the feet or the legs. Breathe. On your next breath, inhale, lifting up halfway. Flat back, slowly come up. Nice and slow. Turn that right foot to the front, back to warrior B. Good, circle those hands down. Or right hand goes down, coming into your side plank. You can either keep your hand down or put your elbow down, shoulder over the wrist. Left arm is up. If you need more support, put the bottom knee down, you choose. Hold and breathe. Option to lift that top leg if you'd like. Now bringing your left hand down, come into plank. 5 optional push-ups, then take it through your flow. Lowering down, so elbows in on the push-ups. Knees down and knees up. Then we upward dog. And exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Reach that leg nice and long. Knee to chest. Foot to mat. Inhale, warrior B. Hips and shoulders forward, or to the side, stretching, taking our time here. Once we stretch those arms, shoulders over hips, check your left knee. Is it in position? One more breath. Can we get a little deeper? Good. Now push off your left foot. Turn your toes to the right. Interlace your fingers behind you. Do a little back bend. Knuckles to floor, heart to sky. Then exhale as you fold forward. Letting your head drop. Letting those arms come overhead, stretching in the chest, shoulders, and biceps. Coming up, arms into airplane, coming up halfway. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring that right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale as you wrap it behind you. Just gently bringing that left shoulder back. Twisting through the spine, lengthening through the crown of your head and your tailbone. Now release arms into airplane. Hands to your heart. Left hand down, right arm goes up. Exhale as you wrap it behind you. And again, just bringing that shoulder back. Gently twisting, lengthening out to the crown of the head, belly lightly in. Releasing your hands, arms into airplane. Bring your hands to your hips, squeeze your bottom, come up nice and slow for 4, 3, 2, 1. Warrior B, left foot turns to the front. Side plank. Left hand goes down, left foot goes back. Get into your position. Elbow down or knee down if you choose or need for your support. Option to extend the arm. If you want to lift the leg, it's your choice. Fullest expression. Good. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Strong yogi. Now bring your right hand down to the mat. Come into plank. Knees down or knees up. Set those shoulders. Tummy is tight. Hips up. We're going to lower down for 8, 7, 6, 5. Elbows in. 4, 3. Hips up. 2. Chin up. 1, flip your feet. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And child's pose. Drop your knees down. Grab a quick drink here. Inhale and exhale. Good. While we breathe, take a moment, a brief break in between these flows. One more breath. Then we'll meet back in our downward dog, ready for our third flow. Third flow is the peak of our practice, the peak of our yoga mountain. Do as much or as little as you like. There's no requirements to do all the things. All right, when you're ready, meet back in downward dog. All right, inhale, right leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Extend that leg, bring your knee to your chest. Inhale, warrior A. Arms sweeping up. Exhale, warrior B, reaching front to back. Inhale, triangle pose. Push off that front foot. Back heel bumps in, heel toe. Stretch forward, then stack your shoulders. Wrap your left hand behind you. Bring your chin to your left shoulder. Gazes up towards the sky. Extend in your triangle. Left arm stretches overhead. Pelvic floor is up. Belly is in. Looking down at the floor at your right foot. Hands go down on the mat. Bump your feet in close together, toes forward, heels down. Small stance, left hand on the mat, right arm is up. Wrap your right hand behind you. Release your right hand up into the air, look down at the floor. Going into airplane pose, belly in, lift your left leg up. Then left hand comes up, fly into your airplane, eyes at the top of your yoga mat. Hands at your heart. Hands down to the mat, standing splits. Reaching that left toe up towards the sky, belly in, nose towards your knee. Option to grab around the back of your right leg and pull in a little further if you'd like. Balancing half moon, right hand on the ground, the outside of your foot, left arm goes up. Getting your left hip on top of your right, flex your left foot. Holding and breathing, eyes down gives us more stability. If you want to challenge your balance, look to your left. Looking down at the floor, belly in, slowly rotate into airplane. Hips and shoulders square up to the floor, flying straight. Inhale, hands to your heart. Revolve, left hand goes down, right arm is up. Keep pushing through your left heel, belly is in. Stretching, reaching, breathing. And hands down to the mat, step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Bend your knee, flex your foot, open your hips. Extending that leg, bring your knee into chest. Foot to the mat, inhale, warrior A, hips and shoulders forward. Exhale, warrior B. And triangle pose, straighten your front leg, bump your back foot and stretch forward and then stack. Reminder in our triangle that if rather than locking out the front knee, it is slightly bent, belly in. Wrap your right hand behind you, chin to shoulder, gaze to the sky. Inhale, extending that triangle, right arm stretches. Continuing to look up past your arm if you're able, pelvic floor up, belly in. Revolve, hands down. Bump your feet in close, toes forward, heels on the mat. Right hand on the floor, left arm goes up. Exhale as you wrap that left hand behind you. Release your left hand, look at the floor. Lifting your right leg up, belly in. Fly into your airplane. Square your hips and shoulders to the floor. Flying straight. Hands to your heart. Hands to the mat, standing splits, nose towards your knee. Lifting that right foot up, belly is in. Option to grab around the back of the leg if you choose. Balancing half moon, left hand on the floor. Right arm goes up, stacking the hips, stacking the shoulders. Flexing your right hip. Pelvic floor is up, belly is in. Looking to your right challenges your balance. Looking at the floor gives you more stability. Belly in, coming back into airplane. Strong core. Airplane straight. Hands to your heart. And revolve. Right hand goes down, left arm goes up. Pushing through that right heel. Breathe. And bring your hands down to the mat. Step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Beautiful. Inhale, right leg up, fourth flow. Bring your knee into your chest. Set your foot just halfway up on your mat rather than all the way up. Toes forward, heels down. Short stance. Inhale, arms up overhead. Palms together, elbows bend. Bring your chin to your chest. Scoop out your belly. Round down. Bringing your forehead to your knee. Bend your front knee as much as you need to get your forehead and knee to either connect or just come close. Hands can stay behind your head to help you with that chin lock, or bring your hands down by your side onto the mat for more stability. Right hip back, left hip forward, one more breath. Good, inhale, lift up your chest from your thighs, fly your arms behind you. Left arm reaches in front, right hand comes to meet it, rise up. Release your arms down by your side. Come into pigeon pose, stepping to the left edge of your mat. Bring your hands down to the floor. Bring your right knee to the right edge of your mat. Slide that left leg back. Walk your hands back. Get a little stretch and then lower down. You come to your hands, your elbows. You can lay all the way down on your mat if you choose. If you need less intensity, point your right knee towards the top of the mat with your foot underneath of the buttocks. If you want a deeper stretch, bring that right foot in front of your left hip with the knee closer to the outside edge of your mat. One more breath. Slowly walking our hands back towards our bodies. Curl the back toe under, tummy tight, lift up into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up. Reach your leg long, point your toe. Bring your knee to chest, foot to mat. And then bring your feet in close, toes forward, heels down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Palms together, exhale, hands behind your head, chin to chest. Scoop out your belly here as you roll down. Pyramid pose, bending your front knee as much as you need to put your forehead on your knee or get it close. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Bring that left hip back, right hip forward. All right, pelvic floor at belly and inhale, lift your chest, fly your arms behind you. Right hand reaches in front. Left hand comes to meet it, rise up. Release your arms down by your side, pigeon on the left side. Stepping to the right side of your mat. Put your hands down, left knee comes behind the left wrist, slide that right leg back. Walk your hands back, a little stretch, and then lowering down. Good, again, decide where you want to be. Shifting your hips to the right, it's going to get a little bit deeper. If you need less intensity, left knee points to the top of your mat. Also, option is to do this laying on your back. Nice deep breaths here. One more breath. Slowly walking your hands back. Curl your back toe under. Tummy tight, send that left foot to the back of the mat. Last flow, squeeze the shoulders, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Pause and down dog. Notice how this down dog has changed, how much looser the depth that we have from the time that we warmed up and started this practice. Let's bend our knees, slowly walk your hands and feet towards each other. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time, head and shoulders coming up last. Come up to standing, rolling our shoulders away from the ears, heart is open. Last standing posture is our tree pose. Rooting in on that left foot, bring your right foot up. We can either bring our foot below the knee or above the knee. You decide. Pressing your foot against your leg, push your leg back against your foot. Hands at your heart. And then option to grow your branches, to extend out any direction that you like. You can keep your palms together, you can root up, or you can down, grounding and stabilizing. Eyes on your drishti, hands at your heart, or belly in. One more breath. Bringing our hands back to our heart, foot comes down on the mat. Rooting in on that left foot, right knee comes up. Or excuse me, standing on the right foot, left knee comes up. As we bring our foot again above or below the knee, hands at your heart, shoulders away from the ears, eyes on your drishti, an option to grow your branches. Breathe deep. One more breath. Bringing our hands back to our heart, feet down on the mat. We'll nod, sealing our standing practice for today. Go ahead and lay down on your mat. Grab a drink. We're going to take time to once again scan our bodies, rest, tuck your shoulders underneath of you, letting your arms and legs go out to the side. If you need more back support, bend one knee out to the side as an option. Inhale and exhale here. As you continue to breathe and check in, we're going to work on our spine next, strengthening our spine from the inside out. You are welcome to stay in your Savasana. You are welcome to join in and do as much or as little as you like. Let's start to slowly wiggle our fingers and our toes, circling through our wrists and our ankles. Then we'll come into a full body stretch, extending arms and legs. Exhale as you melt. We're gonna draw one knee into our chest and then the other, giving ourselves a little yogi hug. When we do our core work, we wanna make sure that our low back is flat and imprinted into the mat. So we start there. When your feet are down on the ground, this gives us more back support. When your feet are up in the air, it makes it more challenging, so you can decide what works best for you. While we're here, go ahead, place those feet down on the mat, heels close enough you can touch with your fingertips. Imprinting your lower back down into the mat, scooping out the belly. You can bring one hand behind your head for next support. We're gonna come up and we're gonna reach and try to touch the top of our knees and back down. So we lift and lower, up, down, up, down. Again, if you need more support for your head, place one hand behind, or for your neck, place one hand behind your head for this. Lift, lower, up, down, up, down. Two more. Lift, lower, up, down. Good. Now come up and hold right here. Pull those feet up off the floor so those knees are over the hips. Bring your fingertips behind your ears, adding our crisscross opposite shoulder to knee. We still have tension here in our core. We're holding ourselves. Low back is flat. Right shoulder to the left knee. Here we go. Right and left. Right and left. We're nice and slow. Low back is imprinted into the mat. As we rotate, our opposite shoulder comes off the ground. Getting that shoulder blade off the ground it makes our exercise more effective, and we want to work smarter rather than harder, right? Here's 2, 2, 1, 1. Legs up in the air, hands down, heads down, hands down. Open those legs and cross, open, cross, open, cross, open, cross, open, cross, open, cross. Nice job. Open, cross, open, cross. 2 more. Open, cross, open, cross. Last set, because we got to do right and left equals 1. Good. Now put your feet down on the mat. Lift those hips from here, just a little bit of a bridge. And now we're going to reach up, try to touch our kneecaps for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your head down, arms come out to the side. Pull those knees into your chest. Knee drops, so pelvic floor up, belly in. Drop both knees down to your right. Shoulders stay down on the mat. Inhale, bring those knees to the center. Exhale, drop your knees to the left. Shoulders on the mat. Inhale to the center. Envision that your knees are glued together. Keep your knees touching at all times. Do your best here. Exhale. If you want to make this harder, you can extend the leg that's on top. Switch it when you come back to the middle, and then go down. So the leg that's on top is the leg that's extended. Strong core. This is an option. You can also make it harder by extending both legs if you want. So decide the intensity level that you would like this to be at for you. Good. Down. One more time to each side. Dropping down to the right. Again, upper back and shoulders down on the mat. Going to the left. Coming back up. Now bring both legs up to the sky. Bring your hands down by your buttocks. Tuck those shoulders under. Lower your legs down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Squeeze your buttocks in your tummy. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Legs all the way on the deck. Full stretch. Double exhale. Yogi setup. Beautiful. Turning over onto our tummy, coming into low cobra. We're gonna work the back side of our core, so we bring the tops of our feet down on the mat, hands underneath our shoulders. Inhale and lift, low cobra. Just the upper body is lifted, lower body is relaxed, shoulders away from the ears, hold and breathe. Now release, look to your right, left ear down. Let your arms come down by your side. Inhale and exhale. Belly to the mat, improving our brain-gut connection here. Coming back to center, bring the chin This airplane pose is next. Take those arms out wide at shoulder height. Feet are still close together. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your hands and your arms, lift your feet, your knees and your thighs, flying like an airplane, stretching your toes behind you, stretching your fingertips out to the side. Can we lift just a little bit higher? Good. Now as you exhale, look to your right, left ear, right ear, look to your left, right ear down. Arms by your side. Inhale and exhale. Coming back to center. Bring your chin to the center. And those legs are still in close. Turn your palms face down. Lift your chest. Stretch your fingertips behind you. Lift your feet. Locust pose as we stretch behind you. If you want, you can bind, pressing your knuckle, interlacing the fingers, pressing your knuckles to the back wall. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Look to your right, left ear down. Arms by your side. Last one is our bow pose. Bring your chin back to center. Bend your knees. Knees are aligned with your shoulders. Reach back. Grab the outside of your feet or your ankles. And looking at the top of your yoga mat. When you're ready, kick your feet into your hands. Lift your chest. Lift your thighs. Can you slide a piece of paper underneath? Hold and breathe. You can always omit this pose if it doesn't feel good for your back. Hold and breathe. One more breath. And release. Push into child's pose. Hands down by your rib cage. Exhale, push back. Countering our back bends with a forward fold. Coming up onto all fours. Ready for our back bends, 2 sets. As you flip over onto your back, laying all the way down. Heels close enough you can touch with your fingertips. Our shoulder bridge and our wheel are our options today. You can do one of each or you can do just one. Pose twice. All right, starting with our shoulder bridge, palms down, lift your hips up. Bring your chest towards your chin. Then option to tuck your shoulders underneath, option to bind. So you're lifting those hips up towards the sky, pushing through your heels. Once you get up there, relax your hamstrings and glutes. Use your quadriceps, the front of your thighs, to hold you there. Avoid looking side to side when we come into that chin lock. One more breath. Good, releasing our hand, untucking our shoulders, slowly lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Giving ourselves a little yogi hug, pull those knees in, rocking side to side, massaging the low back and the kidneys. Bringing our feet back down to the mat. Option for wheel. If you'd rather do shoulder bridge again, you are welcome to do that. In wheel, feet are in the same place as shoulder bridge. We take our hands and flip them, palms down, thumbs point towards our shoulders, thumbs point towards your ears, fingers point towards your shoulders. Inhale, push with your arms as you lift up, belly button towards the sky. Use your heels to push you forward, working to get shoulders over the wrists, letting the head hang, holding and breathing. Coming out of this, bring your chin to your chest, place the back of your head down on the mat. Slowly lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Everybody comes down, happy baby. Knees to the outside edges of your mat. Grab your big toes or your feet or the outside edges of your legs and just gently move around. Again, massaging. Bringing your legs together. You can bring your palms together, fingers pointing towards the ceiling, or bring your arms down by your side for more support. Flex your feet tummy tight, lower down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze your bottom, 2, and 1. Nice job. Arms overhead, double exhale. Yogi sit up. All right, turning over. We're meeting a fixed firm here at the top of your yoga mat. Bring your knees together. The tops of your feet are down on the mat and your feet are on closer to the outside edges of your mat. And then you're going to remove that fleshy part, your calf muscles, out of the way so that you can sit in between your feet. Now this pose is not for everybody. Fish pose is an alternative. So you come here, you can stay here, you can bring your hands behind you. You can stay here or go down to your elbows and forearms if you choose. Option is to lay all the way down on your back and grab your opposite elbows. Inhale and exhale. When we come out of this, grab your heels. Use your elbows. You're going to push up onto your elbows. Go to one side, put your hand down, then go to the other side. Then we come on up. Next, we're going to go into frog pose. We bring our knees to the outside or to the edges of our mat, turning sideways so that you have more cushion there. Flex your feet. Bring the outside edges of your ankles outside of your knees here. And you can stay on your hands, or if it feels okay, drop down to your elbows and forearms. Let your head drop. Hold and breathe. Coming out of our pose, shift your body weight forward. Bring your feet together, tummy's tight. Come up onto your knees. Pull those knees in, walk up to your hands, and turn back on your mat. Come to the back of your mat. Half tortoise, knees together, feet together. Arms fully extended. Inhale your arms up overhead. Palms together, thumbs crossed. Straighten your arms, bring them back behind you as best as your shoulders will allow. Leading with your third eye, belly in. Start to lower down. Put your forehead down on the mat and then extend those arms. You're going to lock out your elbows, pressing the tips of your fingers down into the mat and moving your thumbs forward towards the top of the mat. A very active pose here, feeling that in your shoulders, upper back, and chest. Pelvic floor up, belly in, lift your hands, lift your head. Release those arms down by your side, coming into camel. As we bring our knees underneath of your hips, so you want your knees underneath your hips, feet close together, making a triangle base. Place your hands, fingers down towards the floor. You're going to squeeze your bottom, push your belly button forward, and then lift your heart up towards the sky as you look back, lean back, and go back. If it feels okay to you, you can also reach back to grab your heels as long as you're pushing your belly button and your pubic bone forward towards the front of your mat. You're welcome to let your head drop if it feels okay. Coming out of this, bring that head forward, come up one side, then the other, hips back, head down, child's pose. Counter that deep back bend with a forward fold. Good, as we lift our head up, slowly come back up. Bring your knees together, feet together. Grabbing our heels, thumbs are on the outside. We've got our rabbit. You're gonna curl up like a little bunny rabbit, trying to camouflage in the grass. So grab your heels, thumbs on the outside. Scoop out your belly, lift your hips, tuck your head in. Scooping out your belly, creating as much space between your chest and your thighs. The crown of your head barely touches the mat, if at all. Arms are extended, feeling that stretch across your upper back and shoulders. Slowly lower your hips back down, lift your head up nice and slow. Sitting on your bottom. Bring those legs out. All right, straddle stretch, bring that right leg out to the side, left foot in, not straddle yet. So remove that fleshy part out from underneath of us. And inhale, arms up. Exhale as you square your shoulders towards your foot, taking that opposite arm out if you like, removing the fleshy part out from underneath of us. Nice little fold here. Deep. Slowly coming up. Switching legs, opposite leg goes out. Pull that foot in, big inhale, arms sweeping up. Exhale as you stretch towards that left leg. That left sits bone moves back. You can take that right hand to the outside. So now we're feeling that stretch. Option to let the head drop if you'd like. One more breath. Slowly coming up. Straddle stretch or bound angular. If you choose, take those legs out wide. Bring your hands behind you. Lift up your hips and slowly move them forward just a little bit. You can keep your hands behind you as you sit tall, or you can walk your hands out in front of you, going down. Let those toes kind of go up towards the sky. Just moving, finding an edge without going over the edge. Allowing that head to drop. Again, inhale and exhale. When we're in our poses, nice deep breaths. Each time that we exhale, allowing those muscles to relax, to stretch a little bit further. As we come up nice and slow, bring our legs in. Half lotus, you're gonna bring that right leg on top of left, crossing over, Right, hips are a little different. Move that fleshy part out from underneath. Right leg on top of left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Then hinge forward. You can bring your elbows onto your legs. If it feels comfortable, you can go down to the floor. Whatever feels best for you. Inhale and exhale. Coming on up. All right, switching sides, left leg on top of right. Stacking those shins, removing the fleshy part out from underneath. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hinging forward. Find an edge without going over the edge. Option to go down further if it feels good. You can also use a block here if you like. Coming on up. All right. So we bring, as we cross, lay down on your back. Lowering all the way down, send your feet up into the air. Shoulder stand if you're up for it. If not, feet up the wall right here is a good place to be. If you're doing shoulder stand, get those hips up, hands on your low back. Walk up, bringing your chest or your hips over your shoulders. Bringing your chest to your chin. Working to get your toes as close to the sky as you can. Elbows pressing down to give you support. Ankles over knees, over hips, over shoulders, creating that chin lock. This is massaging our glands and our thyroid, stimulating our metabolism. If you want to make it harder, press those palms down to the mat. Option to waterfall down, allowing to go into plow, allowing those toes and coming overhead. They may or they may not touch the floor. Then slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. One vertebrae at a time. Pull your right knee into your chest. Once your low back touches the mat, right knee pulls into your chest, left leg goes all the way back. Inhale as you bring that knee towards that right armpit. Then exhale as you bring your knee across your body for spinal twist. Tucking your left shoulder or your left hip under, right shoulder down, right palm down. Inhale and exhale, close your eyes. One more breath. Slowly coming back onto our back. Pulling knees into your chest. Give yourself a little yogi hug. Reset your spine. This time, right leg goes down. Pull that left knee in towards your shoulder. Big inhale. Exhale. Bringing that knee across your body. Tuck your right hip under, left shoulder down, left palm down. Bring that knee across. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Allowing your body to relax into the pose each time that we exhale. As we roll back onto our back. One last final yogi hug here. Coming into our corpse pose, ready for our final savasana. Tucking your shoulders underneath. If you have something to cover your eyes, I encourage you to do so. It could be an eye pillow, a towel, an extra shirt. Let your arms come out to the side away from your hips, either palms up, open and receiving, or palms down, grounding and stabilizing. Whatever feels better for you. Letting your feet naturally rotate out to the side. With eyes closed, just taking this time here to quiet the mind, making our bodies still. Inhaling and exhaling. This is our time to be still, to be quiet, to scan our body, to check in, notice what has changed, what has happened during our practice today. Take this time to be still, to lay here for as long as you like. There's no rush to get up. It's time to restore, to set your intentions for today. Staying here as long as you like, yogis. When you are ready to move, I encourage you to start by slowly deepening your breath, matching your breath and your movement together, fingers starting to move, and then moving deeper with wrists and ankles, until eventually we work into a full body stretch with a full deep breath. We don't have to do this now. We can continue to lay here, to be still, to be quiet. Do take time when you're ready to get up to roll onto your side. Stay in a fetal position with your arm underneath of your head and pulling your knees in close to your chest. Taking time to reflect on how you feel now compared to when you stepped onto your mat. Yogi, thank you so much for taking time out today to practice. Please stay here as long as you'd like. Join back in when you're ready. We look forward to seeing you on your mat once again in the very near future. As we leave each other today, may you be filled with love and kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be